Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon. Nora's Closet has a new name and a new website, you guys. It's called Nora's Authentic Designer Handbags. And this is the grand opening. It is open to the public. And we're going to take a look at it before anybody else do. Nora has the Jimmy Choo collection. Handbags and shoes to match. Expensive but worth the price. Shoulder Guess handbag and Louis Vuitton. Guys, she's the queen of handbags. Don't be fooled. And sexy is still in. High heels, sandals, flats, and pumps. Michael Kors, Chanel, every name brand you can think of. Go over to Nora's Authentic Designer Handbags and more and use your W4C and get your discount. Nora's link is down below.
Hey family, how's everybody doing? Hey Danae, thank you for the super chat. I seen you in the building, girl. Thank you for the super chat. Everybody, thank you for showing up today. Today is Monday, January the 25th, 2021. You guys, we've been following the California City boys case, the missing 3-year-old and 4-year-old Orson and Orion, classic and sincere. And there has been a lot of things over the weekend going on. I wanted to jump on in there. Hey, how's everybody doing? I see family in the building. Please speak to someone in the chat, you guys. I see Pretty K, Lisa Taylor. I see the Mars is in here, Shell. Zan is in the building. There's my girl Tina Powers, Peggy Toe. I need to get with some of the people. We think we got our shirts coming in. So those people who have them shirts ordered, please reach out to me. Text me. Do not call, because if you call, I may not answer, because I'm gonna be really busy this week. But the ones that's ordered and paid, please reach out. Remind me, because it's been so long. So I just want to make sure I get them out to you. Okay. Uh, Freddie and I has been trying to work on it, and I don't know. I get a little mixed up. Hey, Sonia Watts, how you doing? I see you in the building. I see Zena, Zan, Gloria Bass, Miss Queen B. Is Regina in the house? KK, Alex, Reacts, good. Tina Powers is in here. Johnny McClinton is in the building. Tasha Washington. She said, hey, newbies, if you're new in the house, please let us know that you are new and you are on this channel with us. And so we can greet you formally. And you know, we don't want you to just come on in here. We don't even say hello to you. A lot of each other know each other. So that's why everybody is speaking. First of all, I hear over the weekend, I tell you guys all the time, I follow, hey Candace, how you doing? She said she knew. Hey, um, AV, he's boots on the ground, and he's doing a lot of the legwork that Lorindo, how you doing? Nice to have you in the building. Terry, how you doing? And anyway, uh, over the weekend, you guys remember I said if that was me, I'd go to Mama's house. Well, he went to Mama's house, and that's where he ran into. Uh, we don't know for sure if it was, but it seems like, or we can assume that it was uh, Torzel, Trezel, Trizel. Anyway, Leslie said, I just joined last night. How you doing, Leslie? And make sure if you're not subscribed to the channel, you guys go ahead and subscribe to the channel and click that bell for notification on all, because it's going to give you three options. Do all. So when we come in here, especially when we got something really good to share, she say, Lizelle, you go, Cat Shark. Anyway, I guess everybody's finding out chalk is not the chalk that you go and chalk on cement with. They're saying now chalk is the dog's name. Well, now that kind of makes, I won't say it makes me look bad, but it kind of make everybody look bad. And I'm glad I see Sharon Simpson in the building, because let me share something with everybody. Um, it was probably about a week ago. Sharon Simpson. If you in the building, Sharon, say something, say hello. Cause I know you in here, girl. Hey Leslie, how you doing? And anyway, Sharon Simpson called in and she had, hey Kay, how you doing? She had there's Sharon Simpson, she right there. She had her own opinion and theory, and she said that she believes that both of the boys were somewhere happy and playing and this and that. And not only me, but everybody was like, oh, bless her heart, da 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 da, and all this other stuff. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because she had her own opinion of what was going on, which 90% of the people that were in here and myself was like, well, I don't know, hey, I don't know. But this is why I tell you to stand your ground on what you believe, because what you believe and what other people may believe, just don't go with the majority. Someone had reached out to me and said, hey, SP, go tell uh, um, Duty Ron he's calling the dog chalk. Go tell him he's wrong. And I thought to myself, that's a grown man. I ain't gonna go tell him he's wrong. If he want to call the dog chalk, let him call the dog chalk. That was like day one or day two. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you for the super chat. She said, I just joined last night. Dallas, Texas is in the building. Thank you for the super chat. I know I'd be forgetting some of this stuff, but thank you. Thank you for supporting this channel. All the donations go to Warriors for Children. We do have our own organization, and we do things to help people out sometimes. Mainly, we trying to help the children, or if we need to buy something or give something away, that's what we do, and that's how we do it. Everybody, and we do have a little song. You won't hear it today because we're down in the dungeon in the basement. Anyway, is the dog seriously named Chalk? You know what? He was riding down the street. He stopped. There was two guys. One of them may be uh, uh, his brother. I think his name is Johiah. I may be even saying it wrong. I tear up names. If you're new here, one thing you got to understand, you guys, don't get mad at me. I I tear up a name quick. But Jehiah, if that's his brother's name, and Terzel was walking down the street, and they were all covered up, so you couldn't tell who was who. And she said the dog looked first time, but no other time. Exactly. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. If I'm walking my dog down the street and you say something, it doesn't matter if you say Cracker Jack, you can say peanut butter, you can say chocolate chip. My dog's gonna turn, but it could be the dog's name. The dog name could be Chalk. I mean, if you really go and listen how he's talking in his interview, it could be the dog's name is Chalk. It could be they had a turtle named Chalk. It could be some toy they playing with that they named Chalk. Thank you, Betty. Thank you, Betty, for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. How you doing? Thank you. Hey, 777, I see you in the building. Carolyn, how you doing? Lisa Taylor. And OI 64, Owen 164. First thing I want to share with everybody, dogs reacts to callings. Yes, they do. So I can go outside, I can call my dog Chocolate Chip, and he's going to turn and look. But it can be the dog's name, Chalk. I mean, it makes sense when they say, I thought the kids was playing with chalk. Because when he says he went back in the house and he asked his wife, have you seen the kids? They said, no, they outside playing with chalk. Thinking, but the thing about that, if the dog was outside with them, would the dog let somebody come up without notifying, barking or something of that nature? His dog did not bark one time when they were in the car. The dog did not bark one time at him. So maybe the dog is a very friendly dog. But there's a couple of things I want to share. Hey, Asur, how you doing? He is in the building. I want to share. Soldier Girl is in here. And if I don't say your name, Danielle is in here. You guys just give me some time. I see SP Frizzy says Frizneys is in there. Christina, Betty Mosley is in the building. Check this out. And I'm going to give everybody some time to call in, talk about what you're thinking, how you're feeling about what's going on. And I'm just going to share some things I've seen. Rita's in the building too. And 10-4. Tina Goodnight is in here. We got a lot of new people. Joseph O'Sullivan is in the building. How you doing? Evelyn is in here also. Salty. Do we know if for a fact it was Trozelle on the street walking the dog? You know what? We don't know for a fact, but I bet you one of them was, especially that was his dog. I cannot see his grandfather walking the dog. I cannot see that. It was his dog. But the sad thing about it is you've got two kids missing, and you take time out to walk the dog. Two kids missing. We don't know if the dog's name is Chalk. Hey SJ, how you doing? We don't know for sure. That's what makes people look stupid and dumb when we're talking about chalk and, oh, somebody put some chalk markings on the back patio. We don't know if the dog name is Chalk. We don't know if the turtle's name is Chalk. We don't know if the fish name is Chalk. We don't know. We don't know. So then we grab something and then we have to back up because everything that put this scenario in our mind, it don't work because now all of a sudden you have to say, is the dog named Chalk? We don't know. It could be. I know Duty Ron said it one time and I thought he called the dog Chalk. I just kind of thought, well, it could be. So I'm not gonna go and try to correct a grown person. Maybe they know what they talking about. That's why I don't say nothing to grown folks. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. First of all, I want to let everybody know if you are in the California area, they are going to have a candlelight vigil tonight at 6 o'clock. And California is 2 hours ahead, I mean, behind Central Time. So you still got 1 hour to go, 3 hours. You got 3 hours. And they're going to have it at 10 on Aspen Street at the old house, you guys, at the house where the boys came up missing, allegedly came up missing at. So if you want to go down there and support that, they already going to have candles there, but it's probably best to just go, to Dollar General, Dollar Tree or something and bring your own. And if you want to do it at home, that'd be good too. You have spoke to know what the dog name is. You have spoke to know what the dog. It's in 3 hours. Yeah, it's in 3 hours. Yeah. So you guys make sure you support that if you can. Or, someone asked me today, individual for somebody that's dead or whatever. And I thought, well, let's go look it up and see what the vigil is really for. Vigils are for prayer, a peace, silent, awake, want you to stay focused on that particular person, body, and soul at that particular time. So that's why people have vigil. It don't have to be somebody's got to be in the next room and they're dying or they're dead. It could be that you want some kind of spiritual awareness. Thank you, Jaden. That's what it's for. Um, you can have visuals when a person is dying, but you can have visuals when a person is missing and you just want some kind of spiritual guidance and you want everybody to keep thinking on the boys, keeping your attention and focus on the boys and not all this other stuff that's going on. Okay. 777, getting those what receipts together. She said, we're getting those receipts together. Anyway, um, the other thing I wanted to address was I've noticed John Walker now in his interviews, and I don't know if anybody else noticed in his interviews when he's talking, and something don't work out. The first thing John Walker says is it didn't pan out. And I'm thinking, did the same person that write the script for Trezell write the script for him? Because now every time when someone's in an interview and something don't work out their way, they say it didn't pan out. Or is that just California talk? I don't know. Um, Jessica said, "Oh no, we noticed." And you, I thought I would. I'm sitting there going, "Why is it? Maybe he's watching the video so much that those words is coming into his vocabulary. Sometimes that stuff works out." Okay, so I don't know what new release information it can be other than what what Pretty K says. I don't think too much of it. Okay. Jaden say, I think it's California talk. Why would you let the kids play in cold with the dog? Some people do. Some people do. Some people do. But I did wanted to come on and say to Sharon Simpson that we all kind of was looking at her crazy and thinking, maybe, you the only one thing. But you know what? And this is just maybe this is just me. I don't think it's just me. Yeah, hitting a bunch of corners. That was odd as well. Yeah, it was. Um, I'm looking at how people act and I hear it all the time. SP, people grieve differently. I know, but they grieve. They grieve. That's what I'm not understanding. They grieve. Not one day, not just because you're on camera. They grieve. Do you not know? And I'm thinking about every time somebody in my family passed away that I love, I couldn't imagine two of my kids. And then within 30 days, I'm taking pictures or, you know, I'm going on with life. I don't think I could. It'd be hard for me to get out the bed. I'd be crying and moaning and prayer, and I would have to take off work. I would go, I would be sad. I won't put ash on my face and everybody have to notice, but I definitely wouldn't be taking pictures, and things of that nature. But I'm just saying, I'm seeing a lot. So um I just haven't really seen nobody grieve for these babies other than the people. Now, I want to say one other thing, and then I'm finna open up the channels so everybody can throw whatever they need in this. Yeah, I wouldn't be on Facebook either. I just don't see it. So I'm kind of a little bit on the fence again because I'm seeing stuff that I'm going, what? I don't care how good you look, but my mother passed away. I didn't even want to take a shower. I didn't want to get up. I lost 5 or 10 pounds. I, you know, and I mean, I'm still going through the motions and paying my bills and stuff because my kids need me, and everything. But it took it. I mean, I'm still grieving. I'm still grieving because you guys hear it all the time. That's 10 years ago, and I'm still grieving. But I definitely ain't gonna go out and socialize and taking pictures and stuff. I don't get it. I don't understand it. People can grieve however they want. I'm not gonna understand it whatsoever. There was one other thing I wanted to speak on, and that is at first, and I want to share this with everybody, and I know you guys are gonna think the same thing. John Walker did an interview a couple of times. He's done it with two uh, reporters from KGET, and one was the man and one was the female. She did hers by Skype or Zoom or whatever, and then he did his in person. But the way at first, I was kind of like John is doing the best he can. He's only got 13 sworn in officers, including himself, and there's all these other uh, people as far as offices, the FBI, the sheriff, Kern County Police Department, all helping and everything. But I think, and this may be just me, the way that um, he talks about people or to people is rude and it makes people angry. And I don't know if anybody else seen it or heard it, but how he explained how people, because the police, regardless of how you think a police officer can just crack a case, they cannot crack a case without the people's help. So the way that he talks about the people is just so demeaning that it makes people want to give up. And I want you guys to know to not give up. He says something like, oh, everybody be watching TV. It don't work that way. Uh, he said, the keyboard warriors, and we done did this. I think people have this ego trip. You cannot crack the case without the people telling you, I seen this, I heard that, I done this. So regardless of, and I know some people call me, and I know I was a little bit disturbed too, but don't give up. Do not give up. Okay. It was a little nice nasty. Yeah, Candy. It was a little nice nasty. And it was so belittle. He shouldn't have done that. And if people want to call and ask questions and want to know, and it, is his office is the one that's giving some bad information. Oh yeah, we pay for this. Yeah, we pay for that. You don't tell people the wrong information. And the little information you could give, you don't. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna arrest them, arrest them. If you can't give it, don't give it. But don't sit there and belittle the people that's trying to help. That was very disturbing to me. The chief want the case to stick so he can't say much. He said people quick to speculate. Of course, people are quick to speculate. But if you some things that you can share with them will stop a lot of that, I believe. Like say for instance, if you ask them to do a polygraph test and they said no, that would help people think, why would you say no when you got two kids you say you love? So speculation, it comes with the territory. Let us speculate. Okay? Let us speculate. You know why I think so? Because you decided not to take the polygraph test. So there's consequences in you not taking the polygraph test. Let the people know that you said no, so we can speculate. What's wrong with that? Is it going to hurt the case because we speculate? I don't know. Anybody got any kind of questions, concerns, answers? What's going on? Tell me what you're talking about. There's a number right there. You can call in 316-553-3056. Tell me what you're talking about. Oh, and another thing. There's a place down there. If you are in the California City area, and this goes if anybody wants to take this back to AV. I was reaching out to a young lady. She works at a place that's called Green Tea Garden. Anybody know a place down there called Green Tea Garden? It's in the California City area. Um, there might be some answers there. Just letting you know. Hey, this is SP.
Hi, SP. This is Sharon Simpson. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
That's great. I wanted to ask you, did you hear that that before all this happened, they did have 6 kids, right?
Yes.
Total 6.
Yes.
All right. Well, they give 2 of the kids back to CPS before this happened because they were on weed and stuff.
Right.
Okay. Now, tell me where did they get? Okay.
But just because they sent 2 kids back, they were older kids, they did acquire 2 more kids back into their home.
Did they get 2? All right. Did they get 2 more kids after that?
Yes.
They did?
Yes.
Because everybody's asking, well, they was asking, well, where did they get the 2 other kids?
Well, they acquired 2 more kids. I mean, just because you're seeing 2 kids out, because they might be too old and rambunctious or whatever, they wanted, they still had other kids to place, because you got to remember, and that's not allegedly, that had to happen, because the 2, when they went and picked up the kids, they picked up the 2 biological kids, and then they picked up 2 foster kids. So they allegedly had to acquire 2 more kids into their home, a little bit more, soft and, easygoing, easy to manage and handle,
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I was just wondering where how to get 2 more kids, because they give the other 2 back before it's happened. They give 2 kids back to the state.
Yeah.
And nothing was mentioned that they got 2 more kids back from.
Yeah.
It's like so, and I was just wondering. Evidently, if grandma give them 2 kids or what?
No.
He was just wondering. He was just wondering how they get 2 kids.
Yeah.
If they had to give 2 kids back.
Well,
you know?
Only one that can really answer that question, usually in like when you're doing foster care, just because you give 2 kids back because they don't make it, maybe your personalities are not working as well, or they're just troubled and it's too hard for her to handle, him to handle, so they handed them back to them, but they got 2 more foster kids.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you think evidently they had to get 2 more kids from
Evidently, yeah. Evidently. I don't have to think about it. They gave them 2 other kids because they picked up 2.
Well, I was just wondering too.
Well, okay.
So, yeah. All right. I was just wondering too.
Yep. Yep.
And what do you think about him walk and he called that dog Chalk?
Well, we don't know if the dog's name is actually Chalk, but it may be Chalk. It seems like it may be Chalk. It's a possibility. It could be Chalk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a possibility.
Yep.
But, I just wanted to ask you about what you think about where they took their mother back, kids sent them back, and evidently they had to get 2 more kids in order to have up to 6 kids altogether.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, okay. I love you. I'll get back with the chat.
I love you too.
All right.
All right.
God bless you.
God bless you too.
Later.
Okay, go ahead. We've been getting some phone calls coming in. So I'm leaving that open. The dog name is Chalk, I believe it. Okay, well, it may be. Hey, this is SP.
Hi, SP. This is Barbara.
Hey, Barbara.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Okay. There's 2 questions that people are not asking.
Okay.
First, where are the car seats for these babies?
Where are the what? Where are the car seats? Well, they would be in the vehicle.
Okay, but nobody never asked for it. The cops, nobody, when they had the dogs come smell for the baby, would have got them, would have, checked in the car.
Well, they only thing I can tell you is they towed the vehicle, right? Everything in the vehicle get towed. They do have car seats. And the only reason why I'm saying that they do have car seats, I don't have to go look at the car to know that they got car seats. But when you are a foster parent and you having kids of that age, they're going to make sure that you have car seats for them. Now, they're going to make sure of that. They're going to make sure you have a bed. They're going to make sure you have a car seat.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I understand all that because my friend, that's what she's at. She's a foster parent. But I'm saying that even through all the stuff that is going on, if they were bringing the dogs into smell for these babies to find out they were in this house.
Right. They could have took the scent from the car seat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty.
And then also, another question is, or answer, maybe you can answer this. When they took these babies and changed their name,
Uh-huh.
did you know that they do this when they're getting ready to sell kids on the black market, so you can't trace them?
Well, I don't know that, but I do know for a fact that it's not uncommon to change the child's name because you don't want the biological family to find them if you put them in public school with the same name. Those names is very, they're just not, you're not going to find 1,000 Sinceres in Classic. Just like my daughter's name. I, I didn't change my daughter's name, but I thought about it because I didn't want her to be found. Um, but people do change their name because they want their child to not be found by the biological family and to have problems with them. And you do have problems with the biological family when you adopt kids, especially if they know where you live or you live in the same town. That's just, if you don't want to have problems, it's best to change the child's name just like that was your child and you birthed that child and you say, well, I don't want my child named Classic and Sincere or something. If they're mine, and I'm just being honest with you, if they're mine and I got two boys, I want to call maybe one of them Junior, my husband's name, Bobby Junior, and Bonnie Junior or whatever.
Yeah, but if they're, you would sit up there and you would think that these are not babies that were little babies. These are kids that I'm telling you, I just believe. I'm not going to say
3 and 4. So when they probably got them, they were 2 and 3 or 1 and 2. So they were changeable.
Okay, so they got two biological kids that they own. So far as them wanting to have a Bobby Jr. or whatever his name is, Junior, that's not the case. I don't believe that's the case.
No, but
I pray.
I'm saying that.
But there's a strong. We haven't found the bodies yet. And I'm sorry to say that. Oh my God, I am so sorry to say that. My thing is.
Yeah, but they knew, yes, Jackie, they knew their name at the age of 2, 1 and 2, they know their name, but it's easy to change it at 1 and 2, so to forget their names if you catch it early enough.
Well, I just hope that people are just so ready just to look the other way, but just they need to take in their thinking that these babies could have been sold.
So
they could have been sold because by now, those dogs or anything else, they would have found something.
Right.
From the houses they were living in to their parents, they would have found something by now. Those kids are not here, or not here where I'm at, but in California.
Okay. So you believe that they're sold?
I believe that there's a strong possibility that this is for that black market. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's just my feelings, and I've been watching a couple of things, and it's possible. But I've been saying for a while here about those car seats, and I didn't know they found the car seats until you said something. But I've always been wondering about their name. Their names from the beginning made me say, why would they change these babies' names?
Well, it's just it's common to change the child's name because and everybody hold off calling. I know there's other people calling in, but just hold off for 1 minute.
Okay.
No, I wanted to speak with you for a minute, because Do you remember that the biological mother, uh, at one time when they went on a visit, she seeked them out and approached them at their vehicle. So she knew what car they drove, she knew the tag number and everything. And she went out there and she spoke to Jacqueline, and she told Jacqueline, please let me be in my kid's life. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going to happen. And Jacqueline was like, she's like, I'm not a bad mother. And Jacqueline said, definitely, I don't think you're a bad mother. Da 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 da. But okay, so now all of a sudden your kids come up for adoption. They want the kids for tax purposes, for money purposes, because one of them has a disability. For whatever reason, they don't want to split these boys up because they're brothers. So they take both of them. And but you got this mother that's seen your vehicle, that's seen the tag, she's already begged and pleaded for you to let her be in the kid's life. Now it's time for you to adopt these kids. Would you keep their same name, Classic and Sincere, not knowing that you're going to get a house a year from now? But if they go into public school, that the mother can easily got kids, they don't know, they live in the same town, find that child and then go get the child or whatever.
I don't know. For one thing, I mean, you might adopt them, but to me, even if you adopt a child, you would still want them to know their biological parents. I mean, I know I would. I don't know if anybody else, but I would still want them to know who their biological parents are.
Well, that's where you have to keep an open mind, because it all depends on the circumstances and what's going on. But it's not uncommon, and I'm telling you, it's not uncommon to adopt and change the child's name into something that you pick out, because you want to be bonded with that child also. So just like on my daughter, when I adopted her, I didn't change her first name because I thought she needs to have something that her mother gave her. I didn't change her last name because that is her father. But I did change her middle name to something I wanted, because I wanted to be a part of this baby when they grow up, that I gave her something too. So, and I did think about changing her first name. I did. But I kind of thought to myself, well, we'll deal with the situation when it happened. And her mother was looking for her and looking for me, and threats was out there and things of that. But not only that, you only have a limited time to change the social security number, you guys. I want you to know you have within the first year to change the social security number. You can't wait 3 years later and then say, I want to change the social security number. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. But it's not strange, like, oh, we're gonna put them on the black market or something. It's kind of, you gotta know, you gotta be in that kind of environment. You just can't just get up and go find people to buy kids. You know what I'm saying?
No, you can't do that. But it's just too much of a coincidence, and I just pray that they find the kids alive. But I just got a feeling about what's going on. I'm not going to hold you too long because I know people want to voice their opinion. But I'm just saying, I pray that they be found alive,
right?
Regardless.
Well, we all gonna, we all gonna be watching to see what's happening and what's going on. I'm not downing you or anything. I'm just saying it's not strange to me, but it could be strange. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it may go right.
Do what you do, and I'm glad I got to talk to you, and you be blessed and continue to serve the people the way you doing. Let God use you.
Thank you. God bless you.
All right. Be blessed.
Hey, this is SP.
Hey, Hey, beautiful. This is Chelsea Norton from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Just wanted to jump on here. I obviously follow your channel every time you're up, and I love your content. I've called in before, but I wanted to touch on what you were saying about the dog's name.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're exactly right. I think that dog's a puppy and pretty much would answer to whatever it was called. You could call it Mud. And I'm pretty sure that the chief of police at this point would have stated that that was the dog the children were supposed to be playing with, not sidewalk chalk.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of an essential fact.
And you know what? I think John Walker could share that stuff with us as people that's interested in looking, because in all reality, it wouldn't hurt for the community to know if the dog's name is Chalk. And so we cannot, I mean, we would not want him to be running around here looking stupid. And if we had a tip, sure enough, we're going to call him and tell him. So why would he not share something like that with us? So instead of us looking just stupid, and
we'd be chasing our tails.
Yeah. So, but I'm pretty sure he's going to answer that.
I've thought about this, and thousands of others. It stresses me all the way out, and I really think that either it's one of two things. SB, I feel like either the police know something very, very big, and they're holding it to put, to find these kids, either their remains or they're found. They either know they just lack one little piece of the puzzle, and they're holding it tight to the chest, or they just don't care. Crenshaw called the FBI to report a few things regarding the West backyard, and she also called the Bakersfield PD. And the Bakersfield PD couldn't have given a rat's patootie. I mean, she sounded like she was filing her nails on the file, literally.
Uh-huh.
She could care less. And then the FBI, basically, their only involvement at this point is simply testing stuff that Cal City sends to them. They're not leading this case in any form or fashion.
Right.
So really, it's Cal City leading this, and that seems like, no offense, but it seems like they're way in over their head.
Right. Exactly.
And it seems like the YouTube people are out there on the ground searching more with no real direction.
Right.
And it's so sad, because it's like if the police could somehow team up and use that energy to really help, it would make more sense. But it's like Byron Wang has to force an interview out of the police. I have never seen toddlers missing that get so little attention. It's sad and it's sickening.
Exactly. It is.
Well, I'll let your other callers have a chance to call in, but bless you and all you do. And of course, I'll be watching every day.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. This is SP. What's on your mind?
Hey, SP.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. I have a few questions. My first question is, if the two boys were in the back playing with chalk, like supposedly they were, even if it was the dog that they were talking about, don't you think that if the boys were out there playing with chalk, the dog, and the gate was open, wouldn't you think that dog would go out that gate too?
Yeah, or follow the babies, or bark, or say, do something, make some kind of noise.
Right, they would alarm somebody.
But remember, we were looking at the video that AV had got from the neighbor. The dog wasn't outside before, and then all of a sudden they put the dog outside, and then we seen the dog outside.
Right.
The dog was in the house, and then when he went in the house, he let the dog out.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And my other question is, when the neighbor got that video, when Trevelle said that he went searching, and we all seen that he was standing behind that tree the whole time, why wasn't Jacqueline out there looking for him with him, but told everybody on the news that she was out helping him search?
Yeah. That's what she said. She said, we searched everywhere. We looked. I'm like, honey, we ain't seen you. Where did you look?
That girl has been missing since that day. Like, no one has seen her out at all since that day.
Oh, she's at her mama's house.
Like, and then when AB went to the parents' house, which was Torzel's, I guess it was Torzel's dad and mom's house, and he had questioned them, like, where's the boys? Like, where are these boys? Like, they couldn't even nudge him about even trying to even search for these babies at all.
Yeah.
So I kind of just think that the whole story is fishy. I believe that these babies have been missing before they even moved into that new home.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the babies are somewhere around Bakersfield.
Yeah.
I feel like with Trezell having PTSD, I know what PTSD is because I have it. I'm not a violent person. I would never harm any type of children, anybody. I'm a very spiritual person, and I love everybody. No matter what color it may be or who they may be, I love everybody. And for them to not even try to even search for these babies, like my baby is about to be 13 in 2 days. I couldn't even imagine my baby missing or even being the thought of them being traded for money.
Right.
Like, how do you do that to innocent babies? Like, people in this world are sick, very sick.
Right.
And what is done in the dark will always come to light.
Right.
And I thank you for having me on.
Thank you.
And sharing my thoughts and comments with you and the family in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and let somebody else call in. But thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you. Hey, this is SP.
Hey, SP, how you doing? It's Cat Shark.
Hey, Cat Shark, how you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good.
All right, so I have a question for you. Are we allowed to speak about Lizelle's connection to Washington?
Yeah.
Okay, because, I'm concerned about that. It seems like, why is there no national attention? I would think with that connection that they would be swarming to get the word out there about these two little boys. It just doesn't make any sense to me. What are they hiding?
Well, they may not really they want it to probably die down. And eventually it will.
Right, well, but why? Why wouldn't that connection help?
It would help.
Right.
But
so
he's not going
why?
to do it because he's not you have to ask him. I mean, I don't know why he won't, but that's kind of like, if I was looking for my kids and I work for the police force and I can't use company, equipment.
Right. That's why I asked if it was even all right if we brought it up, because it's a touchy thing.
Yeah. And he's probably, if he could or whatever, he's probably just wanted to die down or something. I don't know.
So that right there is just suspicious to me. You would think with their connections that they would be helping more, and that the whole world and the whole nation would know about this, other than just through YouTube and AB Watchman and you and other people. It's the family should be doing more.
Exactly. And you know what? I believe though. I believe if we continue to watch videos, keep talking about these babies, the ones that's missing right now, Orion and Orson, and not let go of it, news channels are picking up the story.
Okay.
They are picking up the story. There's other news that's covering it and speaking on it. And that's the only way that you can make that these babies' life is valuable by, you know what? We don't want to talk about this. We want to talk about these boys that's missing, California City boys, da 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 da. And then people jump on the bandwagon and stuff.
Yeah.
That's just the way it works.
Yeah, well, I wish they would just focus more on the boys and the parents. I just think if they got those two alone and away from each other, one of them would crack. And I think it would be Trezell. I really believe that the pressure was on. People were asking, where are these boys? And he panicked. And I don't think he realized the amount of publicity that would be on him.
Exactly.
I think he just thought it would go away.
Right. I think Trezell will crack too.
Yeah, because she looked angry.
Yeah, she's very angry.
Yeah. And their body language just said it all. She was angry. She was distant. Yeah, she probably didn't expect her own kids to be taken away for that little bit of time. And they got their kids back, right?
Well, I didn't know if they got their kids back yet.
That's a couple days ago. I can't remember whom I was watching, but I could have sworn they said that those kids were back in the household.
No.
Well, I would hope not, because I would hope that those kids would be away from them long enough to not be scared anymore and to talk about what really is going on in there.
Right.
Because the truth is going to come from those babes.
It's just been 2 days ago when the chief came on, and he said that they were not with a family member, and I could say this anymore because I know that they were. But he did say that they are in protective custody or in foster care. They were in foster care. And
that's the biological children and the foster children are not with them.
Right.
Right, okay, good. Because like I said, the truth is going to come out eventually. What is done in the dark will come to the light. And those kids know more than what we give them credit for. They notice and absorb everything.
Right.
And I really think the truth will come from them.
Yeah. Well,
with that being said, God bless everybody. I just want to say God bless. Great work, and we're going to focus on these boys, and we're going to get the truth out there one way or the other.
Yes. Thank you.
All right, I'll see you next time. Look for me, Cat Shark 1970. Woo!
Hey, this is SP.
Good evening, SP. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Hey, I'm pretty well. Good evening to everybody in the chat as well with everyone. I just wanted to talk to you for a bit about the case. I wanted to take it back a little bit, do a little review.
Okay.
Because at first, I felt like the kids had been harmed by Trezell and Jacqueline, and I was just like, they did something awful with the boys. But after seeing so many drones and things fly around and it's going over water, and it's just coming up empty screens. I just started, thinking back, and I was wondering what in the world is really going on here. So my ultimate question at the end of this, I want to know what you think about it. My ultimate question at the end of this will be, why did they call the boys? Why did they call the police in the first place?
Well, that is a question that we're all stumped on. It's like if they were missing back in Bakersfield months prior to this, maybe sooner or later somebody's going to ask. And one thing that, remember, we had a caller, a guest that came on that worked in that field as placing kids and recommending kids to be certain homes, certain therapies and things of that nature. One of the kids has a disorder, okay? And because I remember somebody said something about he learned sign language really young. Usually when a child learns sign language, it's because they're nonverbal or they have a real bad speech impediment, and they learn sign language. So that's a disorder. When you have a disorder, and I'm taking care of a child right now that learns sign language. I have to learn a little bit of sign language to understand what he's wanting or needing or whatever, but they have certain support groups that comes into the home. You don't have to go to school, but they'll come to the home or they'll request you that, hey, you need to get this child this, and he needs to know his fine motor skills, and you need to work on these things. They come and then they have to evaluate these things so that you can get the money.
Okay.
Maybe it was time for someone to come to the home to check this child out. This is the only thing I can think of.
Okay, so that was my question, because I know that could probably be it with the adoption, but is that true? I'm sorry, I know that could be the case with the fostering, but is that true after the adoption?
Yes, yes, because
require those things?
No, they don't require them. You can do what you want, but in order to get that check, that big check, if you're not utilizing some of the things that they have, the provisions that they have for that child, it's almost just like insurance. Like say for instance, my husband, he wants some more medication. You know what his doctor says? I need, you done had 6 months to a year of this I need to reevaluate you. So you need to come in before I can prescribe that medication again. So now, in order for you to continue to get that big fat check, I need to evaluate where this, and all the support that you say that this child needs. I need to evaluate that.
I'm going to ponder on that more.
Yeah.
I'm going to take in that. I'm going to ponder on that more, because everything that's been happening lately is just taking me back to the beginning, to like the family. When I remember how they made it a point, I thought they were being shady, and I felt like it had like a evil type of sentiment to it. I don't know why, evil and sentiment and the same thing. It's a little weird, but it had a little evil connotation with it when they made a point to mention in the official statement that the two separate biological fathers had gave up their rights to the boys.
Right.
Like they made a point to mention that, and I'm like, why mention that? Just like, let's get the boys, let's look for where's the boys. Why does that detail matter? Okay, move forward. Then they, looking at the press conference that they gave when they were outside of their home doing the interview. Trudell, he's like, we adopted them, we changed we named them. They're our boys. We want them, and we want them back. Like that makes me feel like, and that they went through steps, and they purposely went through steps. So like going back to like when you were talking earlier with the other caller about changing the name and saying like, changing the names is not uncommon. And I believe it too. I don't think it's uncommon for someone to want to change their adopted kid's name to whatever they want it to be. Sometimes you just want to feel closeness to that child. Like maybe you couldn't have a baby of your own. This is your time to, start.
Yeah. What if the
that wasn't the case?
Right.
With Jacqueline,
yeah, like some of the parents sometimes. There was this one kid, and the mother named the baby Cocaine. Are you going to keep that baby? They named the baby Cocaine.
Okay.
Would you keep the baby named Cocaine? No, you wouldn't. And you know what I'm saying? And then you got to think of different race, nationalities, and how you was brought up and things of that nature. She named her child Classic and Sincere. Beautiful names, beautiful.
I know.
But they are kind of they're not original. They're original names. So you know what I'm saying? They're from the mama, and Jacqueline. She just probably just didn't care for the names. I don't know, but
I feel like she didn't care. They don't care for the baby, period. I feel like it was just a money move. From the beginning of me looking into it, I just felt like it had a lot to do with maybe taking in some kids, getting some money, and trying to buy real estate. it's a bunch of transferring of the names and, different people in the family buying real estate, putting it in other family members' names and things like that. It's, just, I'm going to go ahead, for lack of a better word, just weird stuff.
Right.
And speaking of weird stuff, you want to talk about that fake hood? What do you call it? Morpheus and Neo from the Matrix. Did you see them walking around the street in Bakersfield with staffs and rods?
Right.
All we y'all shepherds now.
Right.
Psalm 23 came to my mind.
Yeah.
So I was thinking to myself, the Biden agent did a really good job when he was riding beside them and, trying to get me. And I swear, I said this from the beginning. Sometimes I'm conflicted about Trezell and his character because he comes off like he could be a caring person. And then it's just like, if you are, why are you following this? And that just makes me feel like it's because of the circle around him. I mean, look at his dad.
Right.
And the Wanda and pictures of her. I'm sorry, but I can. I feel like I'm a bit clairvoyant. And, I respect my elders, but Miss Wanda looks real trifling to me. I'm sorry.
Right.
I just, the family in general, their whole moves and actions just really, really rub me the wrong way. And I wanted to read something to you that I found because I want everybody to not forget that Trezell didn't just start walking around with a big cane. He's been walking around with a big cane and nunchucks and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that just makes me feel like, what is going on in this young man's head that he has to be around here in Bakersfield, in California, going around here looking crazy like that?
Right.
That's just really weird. And I'm not even going to say, somebody was after them or whatever. I just think that something's going on with that family. And you can tell by, I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound like, I'm being judgy and stuff, but I'm just trying to get some insight. So, there's pictures of the home. And I can tell by even the upkeep or lack thereof of the home, that there's things going on with the mental of, the homeowners and the people that live within and things like that. But I looked up some information on those rods and stuff that they walk around with, how they walk around with and things like that. That scripture, Psalm 23, thou rod and thou staff, comfort me.
Mm-hmm.
Walking through the valley of the shadow of death.
Right.
Really, that must be their mentality. Who are you guys against? It's they're in another world. And I think they're focused on trying to make some money and do it in a way. And this is kind of because what they probably did is something that has not been done. I mean, it has been done before, but it's been done by other races, and they probably got away with it because of their status in life and things like that. So in the beginning, I did a little research and stuff where everybody was going back and forth and, just trying to get any information from the internet that we could. And I was very careful about the information that I took to, especially on those websites where you have to pay to find people's information and things like that. I've never paid or anything like that. But on a website called Spokio, I did find Wanda West information. And her information with her home address and her age, previous home address, the email address popped up. And the email address popped up for her, and it wasn't a regular email address where it was .verizon.com. You know how sometimes people have their phone? Right. This email address that came up for Miss Wanda was like maybe it was like Wanda G or Wanda West at gentrylaw.com. So I'm like, what is that? You know, does she work for this company? I go to look. And when I went to go look at gentrylaw.com, I see that it's a lady that's into family law and adoption. And I'm like, okay. But automatically I started feeling like this is a big ring, like an adoption ring. And people help them. But then it's like it could be just a person that you know that just innocently help up with, getting kids adopted and stuff like that. But honestly, after everything and reading everything, I just feel like what they did was they adopted kids, they crossed this dotted their eye as best they could through everything. So even like the changing of the name, stuff like that, I felt like it was just something to check off of the to-do list to make those boys more there and less the bio parents so that they could do whatever it is that they wanted to do, which was maybe ultimately turn it around. They didn't have to pay any money to take them in. So people are so disconnected. They're not looking, they don't have no type of human feelings.
Right.
So maybe it's something like we get them cheap and we sell them high.
Right.
I'm just gonna have to think about, that why they called the police to visit the first place. I don't know.
Exactly.
But I've been hoping that I felt some hope. I'm like, oh, okay, so maybe the boys are okay. Maybe they can undo it and they can get the boys back.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's not like this is a Pookie and Ray Ray type walking that ring or a Julio type thing. So
I kind of felt when the chief of police was talking, and he still had hope that they are alive and things, and that made me feel a little bit better that he wasn't, oh, we're going to the recovery part now. We're not going for the return or search. We're going for just recovery. And he said, no. He says, I'm still in hope, for searching for the boys. And that made me feel a little bit better that he's taking it that way. It could be either or, instead of just, oh no, we're for just recovery. That would have made me feel like, oh, they know something. But since he said what he said, it made me think a glimpse of hope is there.
Yeah, like whatever has been done can be undone, right?
Right. Well, yeah, somewhat. I mean, it's never over until it's over, but you know what I'm saying.
So one thing I wanted to do too to make sure, since there could be some sophisticated people involved, I'm thinking that once it's not so much that's done, but I just feel like they're going to try and not publicize it. You know what I mean? But I want to know everything, because I deserve to know everything, because this type of situation has to do with laws in every state that should be revised and looked at and changed. I don't think that it should be okay to sell children or do anything harmful to children just because you signed an agreement. And it's okay to do it because it's a private matter. I think it affects everyone.
Right.
And going back to like Jacqueline and the bio mom, if I was, adopting or fostering children and a pair, twins that I had, or I was interested in taking in and stuff like that, if I saw that the mother was interested or showing interest, I would work with her. I would welcome her into my family. Like, I wouldn't want her to overstep her boundaries. I would hope she wouldn't. But I would work with her. And then the whole thing is honestly is to just give the kids a good home. So if you're feeling like the mom is expressing herself and she's pleading, like, I want my kids. Okay, you're ready to give them a good home. I don't see what's the big deal of giving the kids back and trying to keep them. There's tons of kids that need homes and
I
love.
know, but if you've ever been in that situation dealing with the biological mother, um, two women, I'm gonna say this, two women trying to love one child, uh, it really don't work well when the other mother, not even being the biological mother, got more control, more of the child than the biological mother. She's not gonna like it. She doesn't want you breastfeeding her child. You can't, you're a different nationality. You don't even know how to comb, African American hair. It's trust me, there's reasons why there's certain things set up in the system so that when you visit the child, you go in the room, you visit the child, and then they give the, because if it wasn't set up like it for usually the foster parent take the child to go visit mom or grandpa. I'm gonna tell you something. I've never really seen too many, and I'm saying too many because I've never really seen it, but I know it happens every now and then. The sun's gonna shine on a dog's behind every now and then, but I've never seen it where a biological mother is so happy that you're taking care of her child that it makes her look bad that she is, being really kosher with this situation. I really haven't seen. It's always, you didn't do this right, you didn't do that. It happens like that. I'm telling you, and you. That's why she said. This is what the biological mother said. She was on a visit, and one day she went and looked through the window to see what car they was in. And the next time she went and hid in the bathroom, and then she went up to him. She wasn't supposed to do that because that's gonna put them in alert. Like, oh my goodness, I don't know if she's gonna take the child. I don't know what she's gonna do. She didn't already said my kids don't like her. She already said ain't no diapers, ain't no wipes. Where's the milk? Well, okay, you the biological mother. Why don't you bring these things?
True.
But you're mad because I didn't bring them. You're coming for the visit. You bring the things. No, you didn't do this right. You didn't. I'm telling you, I see it all day long because when I go, I be like, I just sit back and look because you're not gonna let the biological mother is not gonna be happy. She's not gonna be happy. And at the time, whatever the reason why the state took the child, and I'm not saying it was the right thing to do. I'm just saying that what the reason why they took the child, she's not happy about it. You know what I'm saying? So now that you're a woman and you got this woman's child, and the child is calling you mama, she not gonna like that. And the child sitting on your lap, and when you leave, the child is crying, and you trying to get your child to come and hug you, and the child is crying for mama, and you trust me, it gets really messy. It's real bad.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I just don't get it because I honestly don't see where the love was. Like, if all of that would be really understandable, you know, and in my heart, I would be like conflicted, like, oh man, I feel bad for both of them.
Yeah.
But from looking at pictures and even the lack thereof of the kids while they were with the West,
Yeah.
like, I just don't see how, like, what was that about just being nasty? Like, there's so many other kids. I
Right.
would, like, just not even want the headache.
Right.
Weird. So, what are you thinking at this point about?
You know, it's just kind of weird how everybody is laid back. They walking down the street, they over there taking pictures and stuff, and we're all wondering, running around like chicken with our heads cut off, calling the dog chalk and saying that there's chalk on the patio. I'm just kind of like, I'm just hoping and praying that there's going to be a break come through.
I'm telling you.
Because right now, everything, they don't have anything to arrest anybody or look anywhere in, a specific area. They just don't have it. So I believe that we all need to just keep looking, keep asking questions, keep making phone calls. Somebody's going to say something. But there's one thing that the chief of police said, is like, oh, we're not trying to keep secrets here, and a secret can't be kept. This is a small community. You know, I did a lot of research over the weekend, and I was going over the history of California City, and it is nothing. You know what our sword was saying about Silver Saddle Ranch. That was the best kept secret for century or more. The person that went through there killed his wife, and he's out of jail now, and Tom Manny or whatever. I've been going through the whole thing. So they keep a lot of secrets. And not only that, and I know I need to get off of here. Somebody else wanted to call in, but they found some skeletons this morning also. So they're looking for these boys. But the sad thing about it is they're finding other bodies.
Yeah. I know there's something going on with that Silver Ranch Resort thing, because one time in the on the news, it was live. One of the constituents in the community was trying to give the Chief Walker a tip, and as soon as she said it, he's like, "Oh, that's impossible." And I'm like, and then once they kept saying it, they're like, no, was last Saturday. Like, oh, last Saturday? Okay. And I'm just like, why would you say impossible off the bat like that? Like, he already had a closed heart, a closed mind to whatever it
was. Exactly.
And sometimes I appreciate his quote unquote like secrecy, and a lot of times I don't. I'm like, just say it already. Sometimes I do appreciate it, because I do feel like he must know that whomever the West have on their side know the law.
Right.
And they went about things in a strategic way when it comes to what they did with these boys. And so one wrong thing, people could get charges dropped.
Right.
And that's not what we want. Like, I want them to pay.
Right. Well,
and speaking of that, because usually in the case, I'm sorry, SP, usually in the case, right, what the way that the Westerns behave, you would think that, it's not going to be hard to look into their background and see where they slipped up and did something wrong.
No, they did a lot of stuff wrong. Number one problem, there's a problem I have, not only them buying a house without a job. They're not supposed to have 2 kids without income. The checks that they get for those kids is not supposed to be counted as their income. They're supposed to have income coming in other than just the kids' income for them looking at them or babysit. No. So somebody's going to have to answer to that. You're not supposed to just, how did you get kids to adopt? 2 kids to adopt, and you got no income? How did you get a house? You got no income. Everybody is got these secrets, and they're going to have to pay for it. And we need to start asking these questions to social services, CPS. How did you give these 2 kids to them, and neither one of them got a job?
Yeah.
Tell me this.
And that's the reason,
because I know for a fact you're supposed to have some kind of income other than those kids' income, that they're supposed to have diapers, they're supposed to have wipes, they're supposed to have peanut butter and jelly, they're supposed to have bread, they're supposed to have their bed, they're supposed to have clothes. You're not supposed to be living off of these kids' income, and that's your income. You're supposed to have an income come in, whether it's a minimum wage. You're supposed to have something other than just these kids' income. That's the number one problem right there, right then. And we need to call and find out How did you give 2 kids to these people that got no income? How did you do that? And not only you gave them kids once, you gave them kids twice, you gave them kids 3 times, and you let them adopt some kids. And they got no income. This rabbit hole is deep. Because I guarantee you, I know for a fact they're supposed to have their own income other than that kid's income, because he has a disability, or you getting $200 for this one and you getting $1,200 for that one, and everybody's living and eating, and then they starving, they over there, look, their mouth is sucking in, they're wearing the same clothes, they're wearing some hand-me-downs, they ain't got nothing new on, they ain't got no new shoes, new jackets, everything is, I'm telling you right now, a lot of people should be in trouble for this one. Exactly. Malnutrition.
Oh, that's another thing. And that's part of the foul play too. And honestly, when I looked at the pictures, I said, I hope they didn't punish those boys by not feeding them. Because that was ridiculous.
All of it is. I mean, if you're going to get mad at Trezell and Jacqueline, you might as well get mad at CPS. You might as well get mad at the whole system. And they sitting back letting you talk about just them. I guarantee you, they're not supposed to have no kids. If you got no income, you don't get no kids.
They also got these unregistered businesses.
You're supposed to have, somebody's supposed to be in that house working.
So my thing is, if this is the case and they can find stuff in the background, that's grounds enough to make an arrest and keep them there while they continue to look.
Well, I'm pretty sure they done lied about their income and everything. You can't use that child's income. That's for the child. I mean, true enough, just like when you get child support, you may pay your rent, you may pay your electric bill, but that's not initially what you get the child for, is to pay your freaking bills and all your other kids' bills. I know it is a job, but that's not why you get the child, is so now that the child is your job, and now you don't want the child no more, so the child is gone and you still getting the check or whatever. I'm telling you.
Before I go, I want to ask you a question. So let's say, like, if indeed these kids, if there was like another scenario and they were different people and the kids really legitimately had gone missing, would they be able to adopt again?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Because first of all, you got to take some kind of responsibility. You're sending kids outside at dark, cold, with no coat on. Even if you find the child, I wouldn't give them the child back. Matter of fact, the judge would. I guarantee you, I'll catch a plane.
Is there anything that we can do as a whole?
I'll probably be going to jail, you guys.
I know.
Because this don't make no sense.
Is there anything that we can do moving forward to other than making, like, is there anything that we can do to reach out to state agencies or lawmakers and things like that to keep on the radar?
Find out who's the congressman in California, who was the judge that was sitting on the case, who was the social worker that gave them those children. We need to find that stuff out, because they're as responsible as everyone else. They really are.
Yeah, these kids, they need a voice.
Yeah, shame on them. Exactly. Shame on them.
Yeah. So I think it would behoove us to make sure that we do it.
And I'm going to say this.
People are held accountable.
I'm going to tell you why it's set up that way. Because so things like this will not happen. You only want the kid because it comes with a package of money. Now you're tired of the child, or you not loving on the child. If you have your own money and you can, I can pay my bills without another child coming in my home. I can pay my light, my gas, my water, my house payment, my other house payment, my other house payment. I can pay all this stuff without any income. without my husband's income, without my brother's income, without any YouTube or anything. I could pay all my bills. I can work 2 days and pay all my bills, no problem. But when you get a child come in and then nobody's working, there's no way in the world I can live off my child's child support. And then now I'm just paying bills. That's for my child so that he can have clean socks, clean drawers, have a coat, have wipes. I should never have to worry about diapers or anything, a toy, anything. And these kids was doing without stuff, and everybody was living off of their money. They was using these kids. That's all it was.
A mess.
Yeah, they was living off of these kids. And like I said, I don't have a problem with somebody doing foster care. And I do know times get a little hard and you got to take money and do what you got to do with it. And you just can't sit there and watch the kid have diapers and then your house, because when you got a kid, you got responsibility. I get it, I understand it, but and sometimes you do have to pay your house payment or your bills or your car payment or whatever. But they were literally living off these kids' check. Because if nobody else got any income.
And that's the sole income and where it was coming from.
Yeah, that was the income.
Yeah.
She was a stay-at-home mom.
And even with that income, it wasn't even enough.
I'm gonna get off of here.
Yeah. All right. Well, good night, and thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate the things that you said. I'm gonna go back on it and see what I could do to find on and make it all make sense. But hopefully, there's a break soon.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good night to you. Thank you so much. Good night to everyone in the chat.
Good night.
Don't forget to press the like button, guys.
Yes.
All right. Take care.
Mm-hmm. Yes, make sure you hit the thumbs up, please. I'm gonna take one more call. Your what? See, I can't see somebody. Y'all text me when I'm on here. Hey, this is SP.
Hey, SP, this is Zan.
How you doing, Zan?
I'm doing pretty good. I just wanted to say a couple things about the Kern County, which is where the boys are at. If you try to look up the website for Kern County to find out about the adoptions and everything, it's been blocked. And if you call the courthouse, they're like on high alert. They're not giving out any information whatsoever.
Okay.
Which kind of makes you wonder, like, if somebody knows that they're at fault,
right,
or that rules weren't precisely being followed, and it's just kind of a rabbit hole right now. The other thing that I found interesting was I had contacted Amazon about his album that was out, Supreme Intelligence. And I was asking this lady a lot of questions. And when she started looking it up, she was like, that's strange. And I don't know what she said because she didn't say anything else. But the next day, the album was completely pulled from Amazon. Like, you can't purchase it now. You can't purchase the music or anything. And so my question is, I wonder if that's the way that they were getting money into, whatever you're doing, if money was being moved through that Amazon account.
Could be.
Because the music's not, when I heard it the first time, it wasn't that great. But apparently, for the album to be published, he would have had to have done it himself. And that takes money. Like, he doesn't have he didn't have a producer behind it.
Right.
So you literally went in the studio and created it yourself, and you were able to get it on Amazon. This kind of makes me feel like that with the pool that the brother has,
right,
that he's using that and maybe throwing that weight around could even be the reason that the chief of police is not seeming like he's that interested, not really working that hard towards the case. Because, California City is like a dead-end job for a police officer. It's not really a lot farther up you can go unless you know somebody that can get you to another district or something. Because this is just a very small town. I'm telling you, I'm from Los Angeles, and back in the day, before I was the person that I am now, that whole area was just known for drug transactions and stuff.
Right.
It was just a very shady area.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm really praying for those boys. I really hope that we do, or that they are able to find them, and that they are still alive. But just the longer that we're waiting, or the longer that it's taking, it doesn't seem like it might not turn out too well.
Right. It may not.
But keep doing what you're doing, SP. I love you.
I love you more.
I'm going to go back here in the chat and just keep doing what you're doing. We got to keep this case alive.
Yeah.
So that more people know about it.
Yeah, we do. We do. I'll be trying to reach out to certain people, and there's a lot of new YouTubers picking up this case. And you guys, don't feel scared to support these new people that don't have a lot of subscribers, don't have a lot of views. At least listen to what they have to say, because that's how you get the ball rolling. So if you can't do nothing right now, but somebody use the word California City Boys, go and hit on their channel and go listen to what they got to say. Because you know why? Because I guarantee you, there's new people that's jumping on this. They've got something to say. They may know something. And this is how you keep their name alive, keep their hope alive, keep everybody talking about it, keep everybody interested in what happened to these boys and where are they at. Somebody's going to come out and know something.
Yeah, somebody knows something.
It just may take some time.
You have a good evening, SP.
All right, you too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Come on, Happy Life. I'm waiting on you. You guys, we're finna get on off of here. Happy Life done called like 10 times. She thought I try to give everybody a chance to call in. Some people take a little bit more time than others, but did the other two boys, caseworkers, see the boys? We can ask questions to each other, and you can't ask me. I don't know. But I guarantee you, if they had foster kids, the caseworker was going to come sooner or later. But it's none of her business where the other boys is at, because they are now legally theirs. So just because she don't see them, that's got nothing, to do with, But I do know that they did say on the news that usually on adoption, they come in and hear. Hey, this is SP.
Oh, SP is Happy Life now. All right. How you doing out there?
I'm doing.
I see it's going well for you.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say and call in thank you to all the warriors that's been warring and getting on top of the case and everything. We made a lot of noise. Thanks to you, SP. And, there was progress done within the police department. They did bust a ring a different type of human trafficking, but we'll take that too, you know. So any noise around the whole entire area,
right,
of Orson West, you know, we'll take that. So, you know, you ruffled a few feathers. I would say more than a few. So some things are being done, you know, even if, you know, we still don't know the exact of what's going on with the boys. But I believe just keeping everything going, we're going to find out what happened to the boys eventually, you know. And until then, you know, we're still advocates for all the children. And I just want to say, you know, everybody, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's what I had to say from California, SP. And I'm out.
All right. Thank you. She's always happy when she call in. Deanna, call on in, Deanna. I'm going to wait on your call. And then we're going to get off of here, you guys. I'm going to wait on Deanna call. Because she's like, I want to call in. Come on, Deanna. I hope this is her. Hey, this is SP.
Hi, baby. How are you?
I'm fine.
I like all the warriors. I love y'all. But SP, I was talking to Steve, you know, he's AD Watchman last night.
Uh-huh.
Hey, can you hear me, babe?
Yeah. You very low.
Well, let me see if I can turn my phone up. I was talking to Stevie last night. That's AD Watchman.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, Crenshaw, the girl that's over there with him.
Uh-huh.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I was talking to them last night, and I don't believe those kids ever went to California City.
Right. I don't believe so either.
I just don't know.
You got to turn down your radio, your other device.
Yeah, they had that fire, you know, that the fire department was called for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, behind his dad's house.
Mm-hmm.
I believe those kids were burned.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, I forgot about that. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, I think something really sinister happened in that fire.
Oh, you think so?
I mean, I hope not, but I believe. I mean, why would a fire be built so big? You know what I'm saying? And it happened right before they moved to California City.
Right.
So it just makes me sick. You know, I look at those pictures of those babies and those little bitty legs, and then you know, changing their names. You know, the grandmother posted on Facebook right after they changed their names to Oren and Orson. You know, and took their own classics away from, you know, the other names away from them.
Mm-hmm.
She said, well, now the names of these babies, you know, we looked up the meaning of them, and she had it on Facebook, and it means the spy and the bear. Mm-hmm. Is what Oren and Orson means. Mm-hmm. And she was like laughing about it. I said, well, why would you change babies' names at 3 and 4 years old? That's sad in its own way, you know? Right. But I don't know. I had just been assignment in California because, you know, I'm an RN and I travel nurse, and I had just come back to Sacramento, and I want to get on a plane and go back. You know what I mean? But what can I do? You know, I mean, I don't know, but I'm glad that Crenshaw is over there and they're keeping them quiet, you know, but they're getting some bad heat, you know, because they Watchman was like, you know, calling them trash and stuff like that, and there's a lot of people giving, you know, Steve. Well, bad
somebody asking, do you know when was the fire?
Yeah, it was, Crenshaw told me last night. It was September the 2nd, I believe.
September the what?
2nd.
Okay, September the 2nd.
And they moved to the house, I think, September the 20th, September the 10th. I think September the 10th they moved to the house, and then the fire was the 2nd.
Right.
So, yeah. And then the fire, it was so big, they said the fire department had to be called. So,
wow.
I don't know. And then they built that shed behind that house right after the fire. And they poured a little slab. So it kind of makes you wonder, you know what I'm saying, what's under that slab. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I just, either that or they were sold for human trafficking. Because they don't have no money. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. They don't have any income. So it kind of makes, I don't know. I just feel like something really bad's happened. I just like little Vallow and his kids. You know what I'm saying? I feel like something really bad's happened.
Right.
But, I hope not, but I just believe it has.
Yeah. Yeah.
But God bless all y'all, and I love y'all, and I just praying,
Yes.
But I'm gonna keep up with them. I talk to them pretty much every night, so I just want to keep up with Crenshaw, and Steve, and just make sure what's going on over there. But Jacqueline, nobody has seen her.
Right.
They see Trizelle, and they see the daddy, and I think they saw the grandma one time, and they handed her a flyer, with the boys' pictures on it, and threw it back at them.
Right.
So that's just sad, But surely with $100,000, somebody will end up talking.
Yeah.
I feel like they will. I feel like somebody will. It's going to take a little time, but I think somebody's going to talk.
Right.
I think somebody will end up talking. If they know, that's the problem. Everybody acts like nobody has seen these days.
Right.
I mean, and they said the adoption, they changed the date on the biological mother. That's why she wasn't at the adoption. It wasn't because she didn't want her kids. It was because they changed the date on her, and they went on and done the adoption without her. So, I mean, It's not like she didn't want to go.
Right.
It's because they, and then she started wanting to give them Christmas gifts and stuff, and the kids ain't around. You know what I'm saying? So they had to do something. They had to make some story up. So,
right. Right.
But I don't know. But all we can do is just keep tearing it, just keep it alive. Don't let it go cold. Because those poor babies, they deserve justice.
Right. They do.
But yeah, I'm like you with all the new people, because I was watching one girl last night, and it's actually the biological mother's niece, and she's got like 2 channels, and she's told a lot, from being around, about the biological people,
Yeah.
So I feel so sorry for that biological mother. I mean, that's her baby. I don't care who's adopted what. That she gave birth to those kids. You know what I'm saying? That's her baby. I don't care who's had them the last couple of years or whatever. That's her baby.
Right.
So I don't know. But I love y'all. And y'all all have a good night. And everybody just keep sharing. And if we hear anything, we'll just let everybody know.
Yeah.
What's going on,
Yeah. Spread the word.
That's it.
All right.
But, all right, sweetheart. I love y'all.
I love you too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, you guys. We're going to try to get some more information. We're going to be making phone calls all tomorrow. You guys, I'm going to call it a night tonight. Hopefully we can get some information to come through here. All right. You guys be good, be safe, and be nice to each other. Bye.
TeNika Shenette, the plus-size doll. Do you like to shop online but hesitate because of the uncertainty about sizing and the quality of some items? Have you came across an outfit that you love to rock, but girl, you want to know more about the company and how their items run first? I get it. Check out TeNika Shenette, the plus-size doll on YouTube for the latest updates in plus-size fashion and styles. She does the reviews that you can use. Timing is of the essence, but she will reach out to any company if she's not already signed with them. And get that item or a similar item to try it on first and provide that honest review on sizing, quality, and shipping. She does it all, and often can get a discount code exclusively for her subscribers. So subscribe now and shop with confidence, knowing if you would size up, size down, or true to size. She also reviews wigs, bundles, hair products. Like I said, she does it all. Measurements are in the description, as well as the contact information for business inquiries or collabs. So subscribe today to be a part of the dollhouse where everything is big, bold, and beautiful. The link is in the description box down below.